Before we start tonight's presentation, I'd just like to say tonight we will be covering the subject of suicide, an awful subject that affects people all around the world of all ages. So if you feel sensitive to this, probably a good time to stop now, although we will be covering the subject with all respect and sensitivity. We won't be goofing off or anything like that. We're covering it from a historical point of view, and there will be light, occult, esoteric themes also. So if either of these you feel sensitive to either of these subjects or both, now's a good time to stop. Thank you. Are you ready for a haunted room of suicides with a secret? Well, if you are, keep watching. So welcome back to Third Rate Content. Today we've got a world first. Yeah, we're going to be showing you for the first time ever on film, or on YouTube definitely, is the haunted room of suicides, as mentioned. Just above my shoulder here, we're going to be having exclusive access to non-public area of the pub, kindly granted by the current landlady, and we'll be investigating all about what happened up there and what the secret is. So get ready, and I will see you out here. Now's your chance to hide behind the couch, because in this curious little room up there on the second floor, third floor if you're in the US, is a secret that may or may not be the cause of 3 suicides. Of course, you'll have to be the judge of that after what I'm going to show you, and I'll give you a warning now that what we are going to see has never been seen before on film. It could leave you changed, because there's a picture that's been shut in a room. It was sealed away for 80 years. It's like the picture of Dorian Gray's cousin, sealed away in a room for nearly 100 years. Legend has it, if you look at the picture too long, you may go mad, and that is the reason given in legend why the 3 people could have taken their lives. Nags Head has a full range of beers, lagers, soft drinks and coffees available. It's a great pub. Wyle Cop just through there. Back exit into the beer garden, which of course has featured in another Third Rate Content video, Christmas Carol. But just having a bit of a look. Nice beer garden, lovely in the summer, but summer is on its way. Spring is nearly here. But yeah, you could have a lovely afternoon in the Nags Head. So the Nags Head is a 17th century coaching inn. Of course, parts of it, like the wood structure we're looking at there, date back to the 15th century, and I'm sure the foundations go right back further. So Colin Priest and his wife Peta took on the Nags Head pub as licensees in around 1980. The suicide room was unsealed, and all kinds of ghostly activity ensued. Jukebox was turning on by itself, turning off by itself. Hand dryer in the loos was turning on and turning off in the night. Ghostly figures were seen roaming around. The dogs wouldn't go in either of these rooms we've just showed you. The upstairs one, or either of the front rooms looking out onto the street, and it was basically a ghost hotspot. So the haunted room of suicides. What is the secret? What is the secret? It's behind this door, this built-in cupboard door. Look at the details. Been here for a long time. Actually, the cupboard is actually built into the side of and let's find out what is the secret. Yes, it's this oil painting, which, having read some local history books on Shrewsbury, ghost books in particular, is billed as being a prophet Bible prophet. He doesn't really look like one to me. Holding a trident or some sort of, yeah, it's a trident, look. And he's standing on a sea creature. These are themes from the pagan supreme deity, one of them, Poseidon or Neptune. So it's not a prophet, it's Poseidon. So there you go. We put that wrong to rights. We were saying the themes: trident, sea creature, man with a beard. I've seen these themes somewhere on another public building in Shrewsbury, very close to this. Where could it be? I just can't remember. Oh yeah, it's the English Bridge, just hundreds of meters from the Nags Head. But as you can see, the same themes: Poseidon, Lord of the Sea, Lord of Poseidia, and his consorts, sea creatures, dolphins, but exactly the same themes. Of course, this bridge was built in 1774. I think you have to refer to the Bridges of Shrewsbury video for confirmation. But yeah, so I would say these kind of details became popular again in the 1700s, the neo-pagan connotation, as you see in many follies and such like around the British Isles, which I hope to cover at some point soon. Both the 20th century expert in esotericism, Manly P. Hall, and the prophet, the sleeping prophet, Edgar Casey. This quote is from Manly P. Hall. Both believed Poseidon and Poseidia to be part of Atlantis and all part of that myth. Or is it myth or lost hidden history? You decide. So the first suicide was a coachman who'd got a new job or just been promoted, and his boss was a member of the landed gentry. He had dropped his governor off at the Lion Hotel. Pops up a couple of times in our ghost tales. He dropped him off at the Lion anyway, and then taken to his lodgings here at the Nags, just 100 yards down the Wyle Cop. Next morning, he was found hung in his room. I presume it was off this rafter. It looks the only likely candidate in the room. Interestingly, the roof has been lowered now, so it actually joins to the rafter. Who knows? It could have been lowered after this, to make it difficult for anyone to commit suicide by hanging off this beam. Yes, so it seems the Nags Head, being less grand, not as big, was where the servants or the coachmen would have stayed, with their bosses staying at the Lion Hotel just up the hill. So it was like the servants' quarters, really. Of course, the World War I story would have been a little bit different. The officer coming back from the war using this as his billet. Yeah, it'd be very hard, if nigh on impossible, to get a rope around that beam now. So, one of the suicides was left hanging from the beam here, while another one, a maid, worked up the hill at the Lion Hotel, was cleaning the room here. She opened the cupboard to clean in here and saw the image, and then subsequently threw herself out of the Yorkshire sash window. Yorkshire sash because they slide sideways, not down. We don't know who painted this. We also do not know the age. Nobody seems to know it, but I would say it was done 1700s. The evidence I got for this speculation is that English Bridge, 1724, and paganism, neo-paganism, wouldn't have been a popular subject matter in the 1600s. So it must have been done after that. Yeah, the maid fell out the window, threw herself out the window and was crushed by a passing coach, probably coming from where else but the Lion Hotel. So if you could imagine, we are time travelling detectives, like time travelling Barry Fosters. All lines of inquiry would lead us to the Lion Hotel. We've had 2 connections tonight with 2 of the suicides being directly involved with a lion. And if you remember, in a previous Shrewsbury A Ghost Town video, we covered the horrific tale of the chef who was buried alive in St. Julian's churchyard, and his boss was staying at the Lion Hotel. So watch this space for further inquiries. Yeah, the 3rd victim of a suicide in this room that we know of was a army officer who had returned from World War One, and was using this as his room lodgings at some point after World War One, and was found dead by his own hand. He had shot himself with his service revolver. So 3 suicides. This one not connected to the Lion Hotel though. So we're just having a quick look out of the suicide room, just at the stairs going down that we obviously came up. Quite a creepy vibe with the light bulb. Peeling paint, it's got it all going on really. Straight out of a horror film. Yeah, this room was meant to have been sealed for the best part of 100 years. I did read it was bricked up. Just having a look. I mean, I don't think it was bricked up, to be honest. There's not really any evidence of that. It was unbricked or unsealed. I mean, imagine it could have been sealed up with wood, but it was unsealed in the early 80s. But it's just a bit of a creepy thought to think of this room, you know, sealed in with the picture just looking out the window. So when I say picture, it's an oil painting, but it's actually painted onto the back side of the door, directly onto the wood. I did hear that someone had painted over it at some point and the painting came back, but I don't know if this is just a legend. Yeah, another esoteric occult theme of this rendition of Poseidon is the as above, so below stance that he's taking with his arms, as illustrated by this magician card from the classic Rider-Waite tarot deck. Very esoteric sort of stance, which is also shown at the English Bridge with the arch and the water reflecting the decorative stonework, classically showing you the as above, so below, which is very much tied in to this type of thing. So that was the 3rd-rate content. Visit to the haunted room of suicides. So it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from Poseidon, not a prophet. And I'll see you soon. And if I don't see you soon, I'll see you 3 times as soon. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and by all means hit the notification bell. See you soon.